What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wissam Seif, back with another video. Hope everyone's having an awesome Super Bowl Sunday. The Super Bowl! In this video, I want to go over some of the recent happenings that have been happening in the vegan community. So for those of you who are not very involved in the vegan community, what's been going on is that there have been, or it seems like there have been more and more vegans who have been reverting back. I've been seeing a lot of like why I'm no longer vegan videos, and then the responses to those and the responses to those and I sort of wanted to give my take on it. Also, just a couple hours ago, Jon Venus released a video where he stated that he no longer wants to be known as vegan. Now, for those of you who don't know Jon Venus, he's a pretty well-known health and fitness influencer. He's been a vegan for a few years. He's been very involved in that community and someone that I've personally see as a role model. I've really looked up to him as far as being like the non-stereotypical male vegan. So it's a pretty big deal. And so I want to give my take on that as well. All right, so first I want to give my take on the whole why I'm no longer vegan movement. Now, my first reaction is usually disappointment. Admittedly, like it's not a good look for the community to see people kind of who've been vegan for a while all of a sudden reverting back. They have the reasons. It is what it is. I don't think it's representative of the majority who are feeling better, who are feeling much healthier, because from an environmental and an ethical point of view, there is no debate. Like the people who are, if you're reverting back, you're generally feeling some sort of deficiency. If it was me and I had some sort of like deficiency, or if I had some like, I don't say craving. I really don't have that many cravings because I eat whatever the fuck I want. If I feel like a burger, I run down to A&W and I smash a Beyond Meat burger with some onion rings. If I had some sort of like deficiency, let's say, that some of these people do claim, like they're just not feeling well, I would exhaust every single option before I would even consider going back. Like I would make sure to get all my blood work done. I would see all the right, doctors. I would seek out nutritionists and do all that sort of research. And so I think that if you're not doing all those things, then yeah, you're kind of it's disappointing. Now, on the other hand, when I read some of these comments in these videos from other vegans who are just fucking shaming these people, it's disgusting. Because look, veganism, it already has this bad stigma to it, It's a cult, it's aggressive, it's judgmental. This kind of stuff, it fuels that, Like just imagine being this person that's, went back to eating meat and they're just getting spewed with all this toxic like negativity, all this hate. Who the fuck would want to come back to that? Who would want to come back to this group like, oh, I negativity and you hate me? Oh, I'll come running back. Of course. Oh, you're right. I'm such a bad person. What was I thinking? I'll come back to your judgmental cult and I'll shame others as well. It's ridiculous. I'm not trying to bash other vegans here. I'm just saying that, I think that vegans are very passionate people, because most of us have seen what goes on behind the scenes of this industry, and it's a very dark and disgusting, cruel industry. And we get really upset about it, and it's great to have that passion, but I think it can be directed in a more non-judgmental way, and this is not all vegans, of course. I guess my general take is that both sides have some responsibility here. If you're reverting back to eating meat, please do all your due diligences before you do so, because just blaming everything on the vegan diet is pretty irresponsible. I think that we have an obligation to look after our planet, to, look after each other, and, denouncing veganism is kind of irresponsible. So just do your research first. And for vegans, we have a responsibility to look at our own behavior and, not be as judgmental and just sort of promote, I guess, more positivity and more empathy towards others. All right, so now I want to talk about Jon Venus and his video that he released today, where he stated that he no longer wants to be known as vegan. He's not reverting back to eating meat, but he just wants to sort of disassociate himself with the vegan label. First, I want to say that Jon has been such an influence on someone like myself. Not only have I learned so much about health and fitness from the guy, and even like vlogging and stuff, especially as a male vegan, you know, I look up to him a lot. But I was definitely taken aback by his video. He himself has helped to change what a vegan really is, and I would have thought that instead of trying to remove yourself from this sort of stereotype, you would continue to try and change that stereotype. When I first you know, went vegan, and when I first publicly like posted something on my Instagram, I was nervous as fuck. I was so afraid of how people would perceive me and how they would perceive that I would perceive them. I didn't want to come off as some judgmental, holier than now because, hey, I stopped eating animals. I'm a lot more comfortable with it now because the way I see it is that I don't really care about labeling myself as a vegan. I'm proud to say that because I want to take that challenge to change the stereotype. So when people find out, you know, I'm vegan, they're like, oh, no way, you're vegan? You don't seem like I'm vegan. Or you don't seem like you're vegan. I'm like, that's a compliment. That's good. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like disappointing. Of course, I don't want to speak for the guy because he has, it's obviously seems like something he's been struggling with, and being like in that position of having such a big influence and not being, you know, he wants to try to be as transparent as he can, and I admire that. And it just takes a lot of balls to come out and say what he said. I would have liked to see him just continue, instead of doing that, maybe continuing to just try and be the example, and maybe criticizing what's been going on in the movement, and trying to promote a more positive way to, you know, to give feedback to people. But this is the way he chose it, and listen, I'm still going to support the guy, and, you know, that's sort of my take on it. I am proud to be a vegan, call myself a vegan. I want to continue to be an example for what, you know, vegans really are and what veganism really is. And, you know, I'm going to keep doing my best to sort of promote this, you know, positive, compassionate lifestyle that, you know, I understand may not be for everybody, but, you know, hey, I'm just gonna do the best I can, and you know, just promote positivity, man. That's how we do. That's what we do. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is my first time doing like a response video. If you guys enjoyed that, leave a comment below. Let me know what your opinions are on all of this. I really want to know what you guys think. For now, I'm gonna go and catch the Super Bowl. So see you guys next time. Peace.